welcome back. So I am here with another hair tutorial, and I wanted to do a video showing you guys how you can sew down your lace front wig onto your head. I gotten a few requests to do this video after I posted the video on how to sew down your lace closure wig. So here it is finally, and we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the tutorial. The lace front wig that I will be sewing down, I actually did a video on exactly how I made this wig. If you guys have not checked out that video, definitely check it out. So the hair that I am wearing is from Elemo Hair, and I have their Brazilian body wave in the lengths 18, 20, 22 with an 18-inch lace frontal. So as you guys can see, I made this wig on a mesh cap with adjustable straps, and then I installed an elastic band. So this technique is going to be super easy, you guys, once you see me do it. Basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sewing your lace frontal wig down in 4 different sections, and I'm going to show you exactly which sections to sew your frontal wig down. The first thing that you're going to do is go ahead and place the wig onto your head. Make sure you position the front hairline of the frontal where exactly you want it, because once you sew it down, it's actually going to kind of be in that same position. So I position the lace front wig onto my head, and the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and thread my needle. I am using a large C-shaped needle, and I'm using, I believe it's the cotton thread. I like the cotton thread more than the nylon thread or the polyester thread. I think that's what it is. So what I'm doing now is actually sectioning off where the lace frontal ends and my tracks begin. Okay, so you want to section that off. You want to section that from ear to ear, and you want to pull all the hair forward because you're going to be sewing that part down first. So you can basically use whatever sewing technique that you want. You can use the traditional stitch technique. You can use the blanket stitch method. It's completely up to you. Just make sure that your stitching is secure and taut. So after I sewn down the back of the frontal onto my head, the next section that I'm going to go ahead and move on to is the ear flaps. Now, the way that I make my frontal wigs, I do not cut the excess ear flaps off when I sew it down. I kind of leave that on because it gives you more versatility when you are looking to style your lace front wig. So I am going ahead and starting on one side of my head, and I'm just parting off the little section. If you guys see like whiteness with the wig, I did hot glue gun this wig, so that's the reason why you're seeing like some white residue on the hair, and don't mind it because once I comb all the hair you don't see it. But anyways, what you're going to do is you are going to next, like I said, sew down your ear flaps, and I'm just using like a side stitch to sew down my ear flaps, and I do both sides. So after I sew down the ear flaps, or where my ears are, the last section that I'm going to sew down is the very back, and I just usually kind of part where like I sewn down the first track or the second track, and then I go in with my needle and thread and then just sew the back down. If you guys do these 4 sections, that lace front wig will not move. Trust me, okay? If your stitching is really taut, and you sew it down how you're supposed to, and you just follow the sections that I did, you shouldn't have any issues at all. Now, the last thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add some Got2b gel. This is optional. You definitely do not have to do this, but I prefer to do this. If you are not looking to use the Got2b gel, what you can do is part the lace frontal in areas that you know you're not going to show any parting, or basically going to part your hair. And you could just kind of sew little stitchings throughout the whole entire frontal if you want to, but I didn't want to because I was going to use the Got2b gel to lay down the front of my hairline. So what you see me is I'm actually using a flat makeup brush. I stopped using my hands because, as you know, if you use your fingers do have oil, and it can create like a white residue when you do apply the Got2b gel to your hairline. So that's the reason why you see me using a flat makeup brush, and I'm just going ahead and applying the Got2b gel to the front of my actual hairline. I'm letting it dry a little bit, and then after that I'm going to place the frontal on top of the Got2b gel. I start with the front section and then I move on to the sides. So after I went ahead and laid down my lace frontal to my head, the last step is just creating a couple of baby hairs. You don't have to use baby hairs, but I like baby hairs. So that's what you see me doing now. I am using my favorite edge control, which is the First Touchdown brand. Yeah, if you guys see, you will if you see my previous videos, you've seen me use this edge control, and it's by far like one of the best edge controls that I've ever used. So that's what I'm doing now, and after that, you guys, this is basically the final look. So as I told you before, this is super easy. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure you guys check out my previous video on Elemo Hair. I basically have like the same experience that I had in the first video. Nothing too much has changed. As you guys can see, the curls do stay intact. This hair holds a curl very well. I really don't have any issues too much with tangling or shedding. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Elemo Hair, I will give you guys all the information down below in the description section. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, and then also follow me on Instagram at @IM_Shay Amore, and I will see you guys in the next video.